Happy Valentine's Day! I got my, I got my hand sanitizer. Sometimes they don't have hand sanitizer like the, you know, those little wipe things at the Walmart every time. So I've got some hand sanitizer at the Walmart. And I don't want to take, you know, I keep it in the car just in case they don't have any at the Walmart because I'm making a Walmart run. And then I'm going to do some hiking. But I don't want to take that in to the Walmart because then they're going to think I shoplifted it because it's in my pocket. And it looks almost, you know, I've only used a little bit of it so far. So if I take this in my pocket, because I love wearing these, you know, these military pants because look, they got so many pockets in them. There's just pockets. There's just 6 pockets in the legs and all that. So I could do a lot of shoplifting if I wanted to, but I don't because I am an honest, law-abiding human being. Oh, it is Valentine's Day. So, who's your nomadic Valentine? Let me know in the comments below. It is the 14th of February, 2021. That's right. Oh my. And, the deal is this, okay? It has been, let's see, yesterday it rained all day. It kind of slacked off in the late afternoon for a little bit. And I think the day before it rained, and the day before it rained, and it's been cloudy, and the sun just never comes out, and that's that. So today I looked on the weather, and we actually have a little period this morning. It's 8 something now, 8:30. We have a tiny little period this morning where it's not going to rain much. It's only like a 20% chance of showers up until about 11 a.m. And then it's gonna start raining again on a more permanent basis. So I got a couple hours here this morning to get out and do some stuff. And man, it just, you know, I don't know. When I can't get out and do my walking and hiking and, you know, that kind of thing, I really get antsy. I just, you know, it really does relax me, and I don't know what it does to me, but I got to get out and get a good walk. I can't just do like a little couple times around the block or whatever. You know, I got to get out and really breathe that fresh air and do that other stuff. So that's what I got to do. And I hope to do that this morning before the rain starts, but you never know. It didn't look like, I looked on the radar, it looked like we're okay for a couple hours here. This is the town square of Morganton. They are redoing this is the old courthouse building. They are redoing this whole town square, and they tore down all these beautiful big trees all around that building, and it's a nice, I looked at the plans for what they're doing. It's supposed to be open this summer, but I don't think it's going to be done. You never know, but I doubt it. But, you know, they're putting an amphitheater in there. They tore down the old jail building, which had funky murals on it, and I don't know. So anyway, it'd be nice when it gets done, but right now it's a big fenced up mess. I don't know. They say they're supposed to be done with it by this summer or something, but I doubt it. You know, things in North Carolina, you got one of the things I learned about North Carolina, you just got to kick back. You know, it's not a hyper fast place like, say, the DC area is. It is slower life down here. It is. And it's nicer that way, but you got to get used to it. You know, if you're somebody from, like, say, the DC area and you're used to hyper living, it's nice to get out here and just kind of relax, you know? And yeah, okay, it's going to take a year. Nah, it's going to take 2 or 3 years. You know, the guy's going to come to fix your whatever tomorrow. It might be sometime next week or the week after. Don't hype. Don't get all upset about it, you know? Anyway, yeah, so happy Valentine's Day. Then we got President's Day the next day. I don't know. You know, holidays are holidays. I always think President's Day is kind of like, why do we need to celebrate our presidents? You know, we don't even like our presidents anymore. I guess back in the day when we liked our presidents, most people probably didn't even like the presidents back then. Washington and Lincoln and whatever, Jefferson. You know, I mean, when they were presidents back in the, 1800s, did we even like them then? Probably not. I don't know. I don't think we need to be celebrating our presidents. Yeah, I think this was like originally Washington's birthday, and they had Lincoln's birthday in January, or whatever, vice versa, and then they put them together and made Martin Luther King Day. I don't know. There's some of these people I think we should celebrate, but I don't know. President's Day is one of those holidays where it's just like, it's just a day with no mail. Most everything's open, and there's a bunch of sales. That's about it. You know, that's it. Yeah, everything, the schools, the post office, everything's closed in that respect. The banks are closed usually. But the stores are all open, and they're all having President's Day sales, and you know, but it's the middle of February where the weather's usually sucky, so nobody wants to go out and do anything anyhow. So everybody just sits inside. You know, I watched the movie Mank yesterday, Mr. Mankiewicz. It was on Netflix. Really good movie. I highly recommend it. Okay, I liked it. It's about the guy who wrote the screenplay basically for Citizen Kane, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Orson Welles, all that stuff. Anyway, Gary Oldman is, I think it's Gary Oldman, Gary Oldman, Gary Old Boy, Gary Old Guy. The Gary Oldman guy, right? Yeah, he's a good actor. And I remember him in some funky movies way back in the 80s when he was young, and he is, yeah, like everybody else, gotten old. It is interesting to see these movies with these actors that you remember from, say, like the 70s and 80s and 90s when they were young, and now they're like old men. Grizzled old men, like Camo. You know, I don't know. Do I look like a grizzled old man? I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, that was a good movie. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend it. It gives you a lot of backstory to Citizen Kane, William Randolph Hearst, who was a media mogul, kind of like Rupert Murdoch is today. And it gets into how, you know, these media moguls like to influence politics. We don't talk politics on my channel, but that was a good movie, so I highly recommend you watch that, okay? It's not an action film. It doesn't have a lot of things blowing up. It's just a nice shot of Hollywood and how how Hollywood worked back in the 30s. And it's a good movie. And a really great man, Mr. Mankiewicz there. I met his, I think his grandson or something. Frank Mankiewicz was the head of National Public Radio. And I met Mr. Mankiewicz when I was at James Madison University back in the late 70s with my communication arts degree. So I did meet his, and then Ben Mankiewicz, by the way, I think is, I don't know, the great-grandson of Mr. Mankiewicz, whatever his name is. Anyway, he is the screenplay guy. Ben is the one of the hosts on Turner Classic Movies, which is one of my favorite cable channels, which I do get to watch on YouTube TV for $65 a month, but I only play half of it because I share it with my housemate. So anyway, Unstoppable Morgan, got to talk about her this morning. That's in the clickbait. She drove to Florida. She's finally left the cold northeast, Maine, northeast. She was in Maine, and she was really cold, so now she's in Florida, down there with you-know-who we don't talk about, who's at Daytona with his best buddy, Robert. Go figure. It's going to rain in Daytona, so a lot of the races are going to be canceled. I don't know. Yeah, today is the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, so everybody's celebrating the holiday with their significant others that they, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, so, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. So we have Unstoppable Morgan. Now, what she does is she loves to do this. You know, she is like, she loves to, first off, she likes to take a lot of money and throw it at Dave 2D. She did that. He's the guy up in Michigan now. He's up in Upper Peninsula, Michigan. He used to do the roasts and the, anyway, he now is in Michigan, right? And he does these videos where he paints and stuff and just sits there in his, family room of his beat up $26,000 house. So anyway, he was on her chat last night throwing money at her. She threw like $600-700 at him a couple weeks ago. Now he threw, I saw him throw at 20. I don't know, but but anyway, Morgan is, again, she likes to play the damsel in distress. You know, she likes to, like, she's 1 minute she's Miss you know, she can handle things, and the next minute, oh, my vehicle's making a funny noise. Oh, it's stuttering and sputtering. Oh, it's stalling. But please help me. Please help me. Let me know what's wrong. The timing is wrong. I did this wrong. Oh, you know. So I love it. I love it when these female nomads, they kind of, one minute they're like, look, I know what I'm doing. I'm just as good as you guys are. And then the next minute it's, oh, they couldn't. Remember when Carolyn did that? Carolyn's RV Life. Oh, I went to get my tire fixed and they were busy. And oh dear, I couldn't get my tire fixed. Well, you know, there's another store, or maybe you have to wait a day to get your tire fixed. I don't know. Join the club, you know. But you know, 1 minute they're, I know what I'm doing. I'm a woman. Hear me roar. And number's too big to ignore. And then the next minute, oh, what is all that? It's making a squeaky noise. My belt's making a squeaky noise. What am I doing? And oh, thank you. And then people, all these horny dudes are sitting there watching, you know, obviously drinking adult beverages late at night. Always do your live chats late at night when people are drinking. And then they throw her money. And then she gives it to Dave 2D, and then he gives it back to her. It's a big cycle. It's called the bottom of YouTube nomad cycle. You give your money to Morgan, she gives it to Dave 2D, and then he returns it back to Morgan, and it all goes floating around, and whatever. So anyway, she's got a whole bunch of issues, but at least she's in Florida where it's warm and where Inspirational Nomad is, and where You Know Who We Don't Talk About is now. There's a bunch of nomads down in Florida right now. We had Dave, Dave's RV Life. I don't think he's in Florida at the moment. He's over in Georgia. But anyway, everybody's down there. It's a good place to be right now. The nice thing about Florida this time of the year is it's pretty warm, but the bad thing is they do get some rain, and it's been quite rainy here on the East Coast. I'm running into Wally World. I'll be right back. Oh, I ordered some camo pants on eBay the other day. They were, you know, used, obviously. I wash them many times before I wear them, but this was in the dryer. I guess some guy had a... must have been his pants. He left his hanky there. It got washed. It was in the wash with everything else, so I don't know. Poor old grandpa who used to wear his camo pants all around the farm out there in Kansas passed away, and the granddaughter was probably selling off his pants, and you know, they're nice. They're very nice pants, but we got an extra hanky in the deal, so I should autograph that and include that in the camo swag box. What do you think? By the way, if you want to order your camo swag, get in the running for the camo swag box, send me a card. It's my birthday month. Send me a card. Camodave at 104 North Green Street, number 116, Hollywood, California. Oh, Morganton, North Carolina, 28655. And I will put you in the running. You got to get your entry by sometime this month, okay? Make sure it gets to me by the 28th of February, and we'll put you in the running, and then we'll pick a winner on the 6th of March for the Camodave swag bag box, whatever you want to call it. And it's going to include that. It's definitely going to include that. And I'll autograph it. And Crotchy will autograph it. So, anyway, I don't know. Morgan, what do you say? You know, I'm still kind of reacting a little bit to Mike and his little Living Free Mike and his little sermon yesterday about how he is not planning to get another dog for anytime soon anyway. And I get it, you know, people need to mourn, you know, and you got to do what feels right. And if you have a pet that, you know, you loved, obviously he did, you know, and it's a special part of the family and everything else, his little one-person family, then, you know, you do whatever you feel is right. If you feel you don't want to rush out and get another pet because maybe it'll, you know, dishonor the memory of Sober, that's okay with me. I'm not going to judge that. But, you know, I would just say, what would Sober want? If you could talk to Sober, what would Sober want? And my guess is Sober would say, I'm trying to voice, you know, I'm not good like Camper Van Kenny. Hi, Dad, Miss Tucker here. You know, Sober would say, you know, Mike, you know, I love you and you loved me, and I'd like to see you take that energy that you put into taking care of me into another dog, especially a rescue dog that's sitting at the pound. That's just, you know, what the heck? I don't know. You know, I just, you know, there's another dog that needs your love, and there are many dogs, especially the rescue dogs. What's going to happen to him if you don't adopt him? You know, don't ask. Don't want to know, but, you know, I don't know. You know, I don't know. He seems, you know, he seems to be really alone. You know, he's all by himself now, and I don't know. You know, that's just the way I look at it. You know, I think, you know, to pour that energy that you're using to miss sober, rather than just having it internalize on yourself and just make you miserable for the next how many months or years. Take that energy and put it into another adorable dog. And, you know, it will only help your channel. You know, I don't know. That's what I think. I know that would be a hard decision for some people, but to me, it's just like, there's energy there. It's not going anywhere. It's just kind of eating you up inside. You know, put it to something positive. Put it to some, you know, that sober energy you have, that missing her, take that and use it for something constructive. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean you didn't love sober, or, you know, or the fact that you have to take X amount of months or years to mourn her. It doesn't mean you loved her any less if you didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just the way I am. You know, I'm a person that you just kind of, you know, life is for the living, and you just got to keep trucking. It doesn't mean you love that person or that dog any less. It just means you need to kind of take that energy and channel it into something that's going to make you happy, and it's going to, you know, honor sober's memory. And to me, another dog would be. Now, he may not want another dog. He may have just said, you know, and I get it, because you know, my housemate was talking about a while back getting a dog, and I'm like, I like dogs, but at this point in time in my life, I don't want a dog. I just don't want a dog. I don't want to have to take care of a dog. I don't want to have to walk it. I don't want to have to go out and take it out in the rain and clean up the poop and, you know, have it chew my slippers and all that other stuff. I don't want another dog. It's not that I don't like dogs, but personally, and maybe Mike is that way too. Maybe Mike just says, I don't want another dog. You know, when I've had dogs, I'm 40 years old, I'm hitting whatever, I just don't want another dog right now, or maybe ever, who knows. And, you know, but it's interesting to kind of live through the drama of these nomads. And then the other point I wanted to address this morning before I end this lengthy BS session here with you is again, nomads and health. I'm getting a lot of, you know, we were talking about, is the nomadic life unhealthy? We do see a lot of nomads sitting around on their butts eating gloppy food, not doing much, putting on weight, you know, not taking care of themselves. And then they go on talk about all their maladies. Laundry list of, I'm not feeling well, this. I'm not going to mention all the YouTube channels we see with people doing that, but we see that as a very common element among some of the nomads we watch, is a big laundry list of medical maladies that they have and how they're dealing with it. You know, and does that give you the conclusion then that, you know, that nomadic living is unhealthy? Well, it can be. It's like static living in an apartment. As somebody said, a very good letter, which I can't remember who wrote it, but I did get it on my GMX mail, that you can be, you know, lazy oaf in your apartment too. You can sit on the couch and watch television all day and eat bonbons and gloppy food. Or you can go out and, like what I'm going to be doing in a few moments, going on a nice long hike. So anyway, yeah. So, yeah, you can do the same thing as a nomad. You can go out and do your hiking and be busy. And someone else said, too, you know, as people get older, you know, when they live in a house or something, they just oftentimes just stay inside all day and don't do anything. At least if you're living as a nomad, you're out doing stuff. You know, now you may be parked at a campground for a while, but at least it's a more of an open to the outdoors kind of lifestyle than, say, say, living in a sticks and bricks. So again, it depends on the person. It is true that if you have certain chronic health issues, it is easier to deal with those if you have a bunch of doctors that network together that you know about, and when you live in one place all the time, that's easier to put together. If you're out on the road, it's a lot harder to do that. So anyway. And yeah, so that could, especially as you get older, maybe, travel, yes, but have a home base where you have all your doctors and stuff. It doesn't mean you're not going to get sick on the road and all that. And people do that even if they have, sticks and bricks houses, but I don't know. So, being a nomadic person does not necessarily mean you're going to be unhealthy, but certain things are easier if you're living in one place, especially when you're dealing with health insurance and doctors and the medical bureaucracy. All right, everybody, that ought to do it here. I'm at the park now. There's only a cop car over there. Just a cop car. He's going to watch over little Adam while I take a walk, so nobody's going to mess with Uncle Dave. There he is. See him over there? Morganton's finest. So, little Adam, you'll be protected. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. It is, again, happy Valentine's Day, happy President's Day. I don't know. I guess they don't have a President's Day in Canada, do they? Happy line screw day, right? All right, everybody, take care. I'll talk to you later. Vlog under.